Smartphones the past few years from some manufacturers have been dropping the support for wired headphones, jacks, meaning that wireless headphones are a necessity. I've looked into a few pairs from Anker, and they've all had wires connecting earbuds 1 and 2, and a little remote on the cable. Today I have the Anker Soundcore Liberty Airs to take a look at. These are truly wireless. They have no wires. They are similar to Apple's SoundPods, but at a fraction of the price. Let's take a closer look. Here is the packaging that the Liberty Airs come in, and being an Anker product, the packaging is fantastic. It's got a magnetic closure here, and it opens up. You've got a picture of a very stylish man with a leather bag walking. Here is where the headphones come, and this is a little hard to open after the fact. You've got a charging wire. The headphones come in their little charging case here, just like that. Below that, you get the accessories. You get some different ear tip sizes. Then you get a couple of extra manuals. The construction is, these are made of a hard, glassy plastic. And you can see here, they are kind of that stem and antenna design that Apple has. This front surface here has your touch controls, and I'll go more into that here in a minute. You've got your ear tip here with a little stainless steel mesh grill. And here on the bottom, you can see those two brass contacts. That's actually how they sit and charge in the case. They are marked with a small left and right at the very bottom of the stock. I've got the left headphone here, for example. Taking a look at the case, this is a really nice little case. You've got your micro USB on the bottom. It was a little disappointing not to see USB-C on here, given Anker is a leader in charging. This is a matte black finish, and it is a fingerprint magnet. It sits on the top, which is nice because you can easily plug in that cable to charge, but it doesn't sit on the bottom. I've put this in my pocket and carried these around, and it fits surprisingly well for its size. On the inside, you've got gloss black plastic here, and each headphone fits in here almost with a little bit of magnet as well. They don't come out easily. They don't fall out. You can see here they're stuck in there pretty good. And you can see they just glow briefly here on and off. And that lets me know they've started to charge. When I shut the magnetic closure here, the charging indicators come on. Can give you the charge of the case itself. The case is good for about 20 hours of charge. The headphones themselves are about 5 hours. Fit is a really important quality for sound quality, and that's going to matter on each person's ear differently. For me, the fit was really good. They came with different sizes of tips, and I had to play around to get the sizing right, and I still, for my left ear, I think I might go up one more size. So it just depends on how your ears are made, but for me, they were comfortable to wear for extended periods of time, and they were fairly secure. The headphones do have controls on the right and left surfaces, various taps and presses here, depending on where it is on the headphone and which headphone it is. This made adjusting them in your ears just a little bit difficult. You've kind of got to press the top and the bottom and adjust it inside your ear canal to get it just right. Or otherwise, I found myself playing and pausing the content when I didn't mean to. Pairing was really simple. I've got my iPad here, but it also works the same on Android devices. You simply open the case, you take the headphones out, you put them next to your device, you wait a few seconds here, and there it sees them. You press, and it's paired, they're connected. That's all you have to do. It's that easy. There's no numbers to press. It just works really well. After that initial pairing, you just put them in the case, and that shuts them off basically. You pull them out and they'll automatically come awake and pair to your device. They don't have multi-pairing support, so you can only pair to one device at a time, which is a little bit unfortunate. I found the easiest way to manage this with two devices was just to shut Bluetooth on and off on one device or another. They do have a low power mode that after 2 minutes, they will kind of go to sleep if no audio is being played to save power. So you might be asking, how's sound quality? Fit is really important on in-ear headphones like this, so make sure you experiment around to get the best possible seal for your ear. During my testing, I listened to a variety of audio sources. Spoken word from audiobooks and podcasts were very good, and honestly, this is what I listen to the most with headphones, it seems, these days, so I don't disturb others. For music, I was listening to the Alice in Wonderland podcast, which is a mix of music, a lot of electronic and EDM type music, and you can tell the sound signature has the bottom end of bass rolled off some. I assume to keep the headphones from bottoming out early and to improve battery life. These don't have that teeth rattling bass, but they're not terrible either. For the price, I thought it was okay bass, but definitely not amazing. I was happy with the mids and highs. They were clear, not muted, and a fairly neutral mix with the rest of the sound. Something I did find interesting was there's some lag in these Liberty Airs when watching video content, which was unexpected. And upon a little further reading, these don't have some of the codecs that maybe some of the other headphones with wires have. I assume that's a space-saving measure. Maybe they didn't have the room for the chips on board. With my current generation iPad listening on YouTube, I noticed the lag the most. Audio seemed at maybe an eighth of a second behind the video. I'd only notice it when someone was directly talking at the camera and you were looking at the screen. On my Samsung Note 8 though, this lag seemed to be better for some reason. I'm not sure why. Battery life and recharging was something I was concerned about with these being wireless. Anker rates these buds at over 5 hours of playback in between charges inside the case. And in my experience, I got over a little more than that. During my 6 hours of use, I was listening to mostly podcasts and YouTube content within about 2 to 3 feet, and my volume levels were probably under 50%, which is why I think I got a little bit better than advertised battery life. And honestly, I never found battery life an issue with these like I do with some of the wired headphones, and I think that's all down to this case. You just slap them in when you're done. It helps turn them off and shut them off, turn them on and turn them off, so they're always kind of charged. With the wired models, it's easy to turn them on, turn them off, put them aside, and use up that maybe 8 hours battery life they might have or less. So I found this to be, battery life to be a non-issue, really. And this case is good for 20 hours, so for me it easily got me through a week. Just to drop them on the case, let them charge, and it was easy to plug in the case overnight or something. You do get these 3 white LEDs on the front here to show you the power level of the case. My conclusion is I've been a fan of Anker wireless headphones in the past, and they've always had a wire between the earphones but not connected to your device. I found myself grabbing them more and more when I'm being active and not wanting a wire to deal with versus the traditional wired headphones that I've had and spent a good amount of money on myself. The Soundcore Liberty Airs take wireless buds to a new level by pretty much eliminating all wires completely. The battery life impressed me on these, and the sound quality is decent but not fantastic for music. Fit will always be an individual personal thing, so how they fit in your ears will vary from how they fit in mine. But in my ears, they felt pretty good and they stayed in place well. But I didn't go running or anything due to the extreme cold weather. If you are wanting something to try that are like the Apple EarPods but are much less expensive and work on both Apple and Android, these are a fantastic value for the money and have great battery life too. I can definitely recommend these Anker Soundcore Liberty Airs. As always, guys, I'll have a link to these headphones. They're available both in black and white in the description below. If you've got these Liberty Airs or other wireless headphones, let me know what you think of them in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching these videos, and make sure you're subscribed for more content.